soup.
And now, today's adventure of Outer Scope 2, Careja and Daughter. Willie and Henry have been studying Sailor Bill's treasure map, and Willie just discovered a good sketch of the medallion on the back.
But what good does it do us? Your great-grandfather Sailor Bill is in Mexico, and Chun-Li, whoever he is, has the medallion.
Well, I guess you're right, Henry. It does seem kind of hopeless. Still, I get a feeling that this picture's gonna come in handy.
Looks like it's gonna clear up, Adele. Let's go look at that North Orchard.
Okay, Dad.
Adele.
Back there a ways. They look like they were stealing fruit.
Aha! Let's go find out.
What do we do now, Dad?
Let's go get them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you put that out! You do that one more time, I'm gonna shake you out of the tree and clop you. Now, come on.
Sorry. I'm sorry. No problem.
Okay.
Got you red-handed.
Freeze!
Gotcha.
Sorry, I didn't mean any harm. Sorry. We didn't mean anything.
Well, normally it's at least 30 days for stealing fruit.
Oh, no, please, not jail. Please. We'll do anything, but please, not jail.
Okay, I'll give you both a chance. Since you've already started picking our fruit, I'll hire you on to pick the whole crop. You'll earn a decent wage and you'll have all the fruit you can eat free. What do you say, Adele? Should we hire them?
Well, we do need help.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We'll gladly hire on.
For
Gladly,
sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a deal. Get in the truck and we'll go get some baskets.
Uh-oh, Willie, here comes the truck.
I wonder why it was stopped so long.
Look, they're slowing down.
Uh-oh, this could be trouble.
Hi, you kids lost?
No, sir. We're just resting.
Willie, look, on the door. It's the medallion.
Excuse me, sir, but this is unbelievable.
Unbelievable? What are you talking about? And why are you staring at the truck that way?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
We'd like to explain it to you. You see, we're looking for a medallion that looks something like that emblem of yours.
A medallion? Like our emblem? I'd like to hear this story.
Well, sir, your emblem is very much like a medallion my great-great-grandfather Sailor Bill once owned.
Really?
Yes, and Henry and I are trying to find out what happened to it.
That emblem has been in our family since we first came to this country, and that was over 100 years ago. By any chance, was your great-grandfather ever in Mexico?
He sure was. It says so right here on our map.
Dad, maybe he's the man Tia Rosa told us about, the North Americano who was so helpful to the family back then.
You might be right, Adele. Maybe we can check with Tia Rosa. We're going to town to buy some bushel baskets. Why don't you ride with us? Maybe we can talk about it.
Thanks. We'd love to. Aren't you two guys the ones we saw in the orchard the other day?
Us? No.
Them, Billy. I know it. It's them.
Yeah, I know, Henry. I think they're following us. We've got to get away from those two.
Next time, Bob and Robin listen in.
Whoa, did you know that long ago and once upon a time? Let's go back where we came from, find our past and have some fun.
The story of Benjamin Banneker, Maryland, 1791.
How are we gonna get out of here?
I don't know.
Help! I can't help you, Carrie. Help!
You all right now, boy?
What about my friend?
You tell her to be still. I'll get her in a moment. You're both very lucky. If I hadn't been walking through the woods, I never would have spotted you. And only the forest would have known you were here. Where are you from?
We're lost.
You must be hungry. Be wanting something to eat. Come. Sit down and rest. I'll get you something warm to drink. Put that down. Sit down, have some broth. Don't worry about the clock. It's only ticking away the hour. Have some broth. You two have names?
My name is Yolanda. Mine is Carrie.
Benjamin Banneker.
You made that clock?
How did you know that?
It's written on the clock.
You can read?
And that's surveying equipment. Belongs to you?
And you can read too? Not many in our Lord's year of 1797 who can read. I had to spend many long, hard hours learning how to read and write. And not many people like me get the chance. Drink your broth. This clock, I carved it out of wood with my own two hands. These are almanacs. For the last 5 years, I have painstakingly compiled them. And yet, there are still people who do not understand that everyone can learn to read and write, or that education is the key to freedom. Knowledge is timeless. But enough of that. Get some sleep, and tomorrow we'll talk.
Mr. Jefferson, Secretary of State. Sir, I am proud to be a free man like yourself.
It's now 6 o'clock. I must get back to work.
That's a great letter.
I hope so. I'm sending it along with my almanac to show Mr. Jefferson that knowledge and the right to education belongs to everyone.
That should do it.
Well, we shall see. Why not wake your friend? We'll have breakfast, and then we'll fix your skateboard. Good luck, and I hope you find your friends. I'm on my way to Washington to start surveying for the new capital.
Good luck. And thanks for fixing our skateboards.
Benjamin Banneker went on to survey the site that would one day become the great city of Washington, D.C. Astronomer, poet, mathematician, philosopher, surveyor, writer, Benjamin Banneker.
With all the many different kinds of people in the world, did you ever stop to ask yourself, do people who look different have different kinds of blood?
Okay, kids, time to have your blood drawn. Come on.
If you ever had your blood tested, or if you've skinned your knee or cut yourself, you know what color your blood is. Well, everybody has the same color and kind of blood. But you might not think so to hear some people talk. You've probably heard some of these expressions. She's of mixed blood. Or he's got blue blood. Or their family comes from old New England blood. So the word is used in some confusing ways. The fact is that everybody's blood is basically the same. All blood is red, and all blood is made up of the same basic ingredients. The red color in everybody's blood comes from red blood cells. These cells carry oxygen to all parts of the body. If you ever lost a lot of your blood in an accident or because of sickness, you would need to have some of it replaced. You could get the blood from a male or a female. Their shade of skin color wouldn't matter. They could even be from a different country. You could use anybody's blood, as long as it was the same blood type. There are 4 main types of blood: A, B, AB, and O. These 4 basic blood types can be found all over the world, among all kinds of people. You can also find different blood types in your own family. You inherit your blood type from one of your parents or your grandparents. But the other members of your family, even your brothers and sisters, can have blood types different from yours. Doctors have found that they can transfer not only blood, but also skin, bones, and vital organs from one person to another, regardless of nationality or ethnic group. In Africa, the donated heart of a black man was transplanted to the body of a white man. In the United States, a black American has received a kidney transplant from a white friend. So blood can be exchanged between different kinds of people, and so can other parts of the body. And we all have one of the 4 basic blood types. If we have all these things in common on the inside of our bodies, maybe we're not as different as we might look on the outside.
Real people, I'd like to introduce you to some real people. Real people.
My name is Eddie. I just had my dearest wish come true. Today my friend Martin gave me his pet boa, Nigel. I've waited since last winter. He's mine at last.
Hey, Virgil, Daddy, come see what I got. Is it the snake? Yeah, shh.
So your mother finally let you keep it?
Yeah, but she doesn't know I'm bringing it home today. Well, let me see it.
You keep it in a plain old pillowcase?
Well, it's got flowers on it.
What's its name?
This is Nigel.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's nice.
Go, I gotta take him home now.
Okay.
Well, I have to go home. I'll see you later.
All right. Can't wait to see the look on your mother's face when you tell her about Nigel.
Eddie!
Hey, I think you better hold Nigel's leg, everything straight with Mom. Okay, but don't take too long.
Eddie, I'm so glad you're here. The plans have changed. Aunt Geneva called. You're leaving for Tennessee tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow. Hi, Virgil. What do you have there? Your laundry?
Oh, yeah.
Well, could you take your laundry and run along home? I'm sorry. Eddie and I have so many things to do to get ready.
Okay. But, Eddie, what about Nigel? Just take him home. But, Eddie, I can't.
Come on, Eddie.
Take him home. Trust me, I'll call you. But, Eddie, my mother. I'll call you tonight.
I don't know why Geneva changed her plans. This is really going to be rough getting you out of here on time, Eddie.
Mom, about Nigel.
Who?
Martin's boa.
What about Martin's boa?
He gave him to me tonight.
Today? Is he here?
Well, no, not exactly.
Well, listen, Eddie, we have a lot of things to do today. We really can't handle that right now. I know I promised you that you could take him, and you still can, but not today.
But I promised Martin I can bring him home.
Tell you what you do. You call Martin. You tell Martin you're going away to Tennessee to visit Aunt Geneva, and when you come back, you call and make all arrangements to take him. We really can't handle it today, Eddie. The way the weather's like down there. Is it hot?
Mom, am I taking lunch on the bus tomorrow?
I imagine so. It's an awfully long ride. Eddie, I want you to be careful of the lock on the suitcase. It's a little loose.
Okay.
Oh, look, there's Mr. Porter. Hi, how are you?
Wait.
Mrs. Beckford.
Now. Boy, did you get me in a lot of trouble.
Well, you saved me from a lot of trouble.
Well, don't worry about that. Have a good time anyway. It's a deal.
Eddie, guess what? Great news. Mr. Porter's going all the way to Nashville with you. He's going to keep an eye out on you, and he's going to wait until Aunt Geneva picks you up. Isn't that great?
Yeah, great.
It's my pleasure. We're going to get along fine. Eddie, I know quite a few stories about the South. I think you might be interested.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Porter, have a good, safe trip.
Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Beckford. I'll take good care of Eddie.
Okay, Eddie, you should tip in.
Bye, Mommy. Have a good time, Eddie. Bye. Don't forget to send my postcard and tell everybody I said hello. Want some animal crackers?
Thank you. That's very kind of you. You're quite a little fellow there. Tasty. Good.
It's kind of nice to have company on such a long trip after all.
I get a kick out sitting up front. You what, son? Wanna know why?
Yeah, why?
When I was your age, we were unable to sit up front.
Mr. Porter told me many stories about what it was like in the South when he was young, and about how badly black people were treated by other Southerners. Because of prejudice, blacks had to ride in the backs of buses, and they weren't free to do what they wanted. This made a lot of them angry, including Mr. Porter, so they fought for laws that protected black people's rights. I really understood for the first time how prejudice has hurt and humiliated many people like Mr. Porter.
I was 35 years before I returned south. Then when I did, I rode as a citizen, had breakfast in the diner, came back, had my dinner in the diner.
The trip really seemed to go fast with Mr. Porter telling me stories about how things used to be. By the time we got to the rest stop, we were really good friends.
Hey, there's a good one.
Let's take it.
Come on. Hey, take a picture of me over here.
Gosh, I'm hungry, Eddie. How about you? Aren't you hungry? Have a sandwich? You can join me here?
No, I'll just have a snack.
Oh, come on, Eddie. Boy, I'm really starved, man. What's this?
That must be mine. This must be your lunch. I have to explain all that. This is my snake. It's just a harmless boa constrictor. It won't hurt. I'm sorry if I scared you.
Eddie, I'm not afraid of snakes.
Well, I'm really sorry. Martin gave me this snake.
I used to have a snake.
I just have to take it to Tennessee.
Eddie, would you have a sandwich?
Thank you.
Eddie, isn't this wonderful eating outside?
And I am kind of hungry after all.
At lunch, Mr. Porter talked about the men and the women from the South and North who had fought for equality. And even though I didn't know all the names he mentioned, I had heard of the things they had done, and it made me feel proud.
I gotta give Nigel something to drink.
Eddie, you thought of everything. May I help you?
Sure.
Now, you haven't then, right? Boy, this is a beautiful snake.
Nigel, on a trip. If the other people knew about you, they'd flip. Nigel, safe again. Started as a stowaway and found a friend. If Aunt Geneva likes Nigel as much as Mr. Porter did, I won't have anything to worry about.
Now it's time to settle down and go to sleep. Nigel in his shoebox will be counting sheep. Eddie learned of men and their struggle to be free. Next time we wake up, we'll be in Tennessee.
Eddie's trip south continues next time.
Hi, it's Woody, and I've got a sensational treat to make from the Navajo Nation. Navajo fried bread, you must try it, because bread is a part of everyone's diet. We need 1 cup of flour. True, it's true. Then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. That will do. ½ teaspoon salt, but that's not the end. 1/2 cup of lukewarm water, my friend. Then 8 to 10 tablespoons, solid and good of shortening for frying, just as we should. Now sift together flour, baking powder, and salt in a big bowl. Stir in the water and mix it all up nice and slow. Now get a grown-up to help you knead the dough for, about 5 minutes or so. If it's still too sticky, dust it with a little flour. Now roll the dough 1/4 inch thick is wise. Then cut it into squares about 2 inches in size. Now melt the shortening till it's nice and hot. Then get a grown-up to fry the squares you've got. They'll puff right up, then brown and drain on absorbent paper. Now do it again.
getting ready to practice.
What's the matter? Don't you feel good?
Oh, everyone expects me to be on the spelling team. Well, at practice is the same time as the tumbling team does.
Who's everyone?
Well, my teacher, my parents.
Wouldn't your parents be just as proud if you win a prize for tumbling?
Well, no. You know how my parents are. They think studying's the most important thing in the world.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
What would you do if your parents wanted you to do something, but you wanted to do something else?
I'd do what my parents wanted me to do.
I would do both.
I would probably do what I wanted to do and then get in trouble.
I would talk to them and try to change their minds.
What would you do?
Why don't you make a new friend, make a new friend, make a new friend today? Why don't you make a new friend, make a new friend, make a new friend today? Come on along, we're gonna have some fun. Come on along and join us. Delicious hits in a little bowl of vegetable soup. Get right into the vegetable soup. Delicious hits. Get right in on the party. Get right in, come on and ride us around. Get right into the vegetable soup. It takes all kinds of vegetables. It takes all kinds of vegetables. It takes all kinds of vegetables to make a vegetable soup. Come on along and join us. Delicious hits. Come on along, we're gonna have some fun. Come on along and join us. Delicious hits in a little bowl of vegetable soup. Get right into the vegetable soup. Delicious hits. Get right in on the party. Get right in, come on and ride us around. Get right into the vegetable soup. It takes all kinds of vegetables. It takes all kinds of vegetables. It takes all kinds of vegetables to make a vegetable soup.
And now, today's adventure of Outer Scope 2. Bob and Robin listen in.
The North American...
Mr. Careja and his daughter Adele think that Sailor Bill might have been a friend of their ancestors in Mexico. They have invited Willie and Henry to ride to town with them in the truck.
Thanks. We'd love to.
Willie!
Hey, aren't you two guys the ones we saw in the orchard the other day?
Us?
No.
Them, Willie. I know it. It's them.
Yeah, I know, Henry. I think they're following us. We've got to get away from those two.
How did you boys find out about the medallion anyway?
My great-great-grandfather was a sailor. He left a map in a diary in an old trunk.
It tells all about the medallion and the trip to Mexico.
He really was in Mexico, huh?
Yes, sir. That's what the map says.
But how do you know it's all true? Suppose it's just a joke someone's playing.
Well, because of some things my grandmother told me even before I found the diary.
Tia Rosa did say that it was because of the North Americano and his great kindness to us that our family left Mexico and settled in this part of the country. I'm sure Tia Rosa knows more. We'll check with her.
Right. Willie, how long did your grandfather stay in Mexico?
I'm not sure that he left Mexico, but he must have. Or else we wouldn't have the map and the diary.
Where's the diary now?
It's with some friends of ours that we're hoping to connect with later. But let's talk about that some other time.
Really? Up ahead. Look.
Hey, it's a circus.
Oh, let's stop here. I want to see it.
Hey, good idea. Mr. Careja, could you let us out here, please?
Sure thing. We'll talk to Tia Rosa tonight and see what she has to say about the medallion.
Okay, great.
We'll meet you here at the circus tomorrow.
Then we'll be able to talk without worrying about anybody listening.
Bye for now.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Boy, that was a great idea to get us away from those two, Henry.
Huh? Good idea.
You mean you just wanted to stop to see the circus?
Yeah, wouldn't Eleanor, Cynthia, and Edgar love to be here now? Boy, wait till I tell them.
Ah, gee, Henry. Sometimes you act so wise and grown up. I keep forgetting you're just a little kid.
Well, what do we do now?
What do you mean, what do we do now?
Just that. What do we do now? The kids are back there. They still got the map. They're going to some circus. We're headed off down the road. What do we do now?
Do I have to explain everything to you?
Just this once.
All right, okay. Now listen, okay? Now this van, the people are in it, are part of the puzzle.
Right.
So if we stick with them, we're sure to get all the hot clues. Yeah?
Maybe, maybe not.
What do you mean, maybe not? Listen, the thing I'm worried about is the diary and the kids that got that.
Yeah.
Because they might get to the medallion
That's right.
first. Yeah.
Must be the Manhattan skyline. Wow, look at those buildings. There's the Brooklyn Bridge.
And there's the World Trade Twin Towers. Gee, look how crowded it is. Maybe this wasn't such a great idea after all.
Why not?
Where'll we land?
What about right on the shore?
What shore? There isn't any. Everything comes right down to the water. The buildings, everything.
Still, we have to find someplace to land, and quickly.
We sure can't land on any of those buildings.
What about one of the piers?
I guess so, but they're so small.
Oh, that's okay. I'll steer it in. You pick up here and just guide us in. I'll cut back to fuel. Great.
You know, if we miss this pier and hit the water, we could all drown.
We won't miss it. That's all there is to it.
Which way, Cynthia? Which way?
A little more left. That's it. Over to the right a little. Great. Uh-oh. We're coming in too fast. Pull back to the power. To the left. To the left. To the right. Slow down. Slow down. Oh, no, I think we're going to miss it. Cut the power. Cut the power.
Next time, landing at the seaport.
Whoa, did you know that long ago and once upon a time?
Let's go back where we came from, find our past and have some fun.
The story of Elizabeth Evelyn Wright. North Carolina, 1897.
Laura, Tien, where are you?
Over here. We got to help Miss Wright get the children out of here fast.
Ruthie! 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 Ruthie!
What are we going to do, Miss Wright? Does this mean we won't have any more school?
Only for a little while, Ruthie. The children of Jasper County need a schoolhouse. We're gonna build another one, or else my name isn't Elizabeth Evelyn Wright. I'll go from door to door and get people from all around here to help. If we can't get enough, I'll walk the roads from church to church. Nothing is going to stop me. Sir, forgive me for disturbing you at this time, but I've been walking all morning.
Not at all. Why don't you join me in some dinner here?
Thank you. That's kind of you, but I've got to keep on. I need help to build a schoolhouse in Jasper County, and...
You need help? What kind of woman goes around asking for help? If that's true, why don't you get a man to do it for you? Get. I got work to do.
What are you doing this for? Why don't you stay home like other decent women? What kind of a woman are you?
You say you graduated from Tuskegee and you need some help with the children's school. I don't believe you, lady, but here's a penny anyway.
Mister, I mean what I say. If it takes a penny, thank you for that penny. But I'm going to gather another one until we have enough pennies to build our schoolhouse.
There's Miss Wright. We'll help you, Miss Wright.
Thank you, Tian.
What happened, Miss Wright?
I've been walking out in the sun too long. I must have fainted.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to get up and continue getting help to build a new schoolhouse.
Miss Wright, can you help us find our way home?
Come along, all of you. Together, we'll get you home safe and sound and get enough help to build a new schoolhouse. Who can add for me 14 plus 15? How about you, sir? You want to give it a try?
I don't know.
How about you, Mara? You want to try?
Sure. 14 plus 15 equals 29.
That's great. I wish I could do that.
How long is a mile?
Mile is 5,280 feet.
Smart kid.
How many months are in a year?
There are 12 months in a year.
How many letters are in the alphabet?
There's 26 letters in the alphabet. And there are 4 quarts to a gallon. Wallabies are small kangaroos found in Australia. Some wallabies are no larger than a rabbit.
I have a mind to find me some of those. Hey, lady, what are you, some kind of school teacher?
Well, yes, I'm a teacher.
Well, tell us who you are. Or where are you from? Come on.
Well...
Come on, Miss Wright. Come on, tell him, Miss Wright.
My name is Elizabeth Evelyn Wright. I'm a school teacher from Jasper County. 5 days ago, I rescued my students from a burning schoolhouse. My materials, books, and school were all destroyed.
Is Miss Wright crying? Shh.
Booker T. Washington and George Washington Carver asked me, Evelyn, what do you want to do when you leave Tuskegee? I want to teach, I said. Always remember, a common thing done uncommonly well will command the attention of the world. Today, the children of Jasper County and I need your help to build a schoolhouse. A school that will help them build a better world. Help me, help them, and help the dreams of tomorrow come true.
I'll help. I'm gonna help too.
I'll help. I'll help. Sure, I'll help.
As a result of her hard work, Elizabeth Evelyn Wright's dream of a school did come true. Today, the Voorhees College in Denmark, South Carolina, is a result of her long struggle.
Why don't you make a new friend, make a new
My name is Joseph Ogleton. I'm 10 years old and I'm from Del Valley, Texas. I live with my parents and my 2 older brothers in a trailer in the country. One hobby I have is photography. I use a Polaroid camera which allows me to see my picture immediately. My favorite hobby is cooking. I love to make cookies, and I'm going to show you how to make some great tasting oatmeal cookies. First, we mix our butter until it's soft. Then we add brown sugar to the butter. Now I take 1 egg, crack it in, and mix it. Add water, vanilla extract, and stir the mixture well. Now I mix the flour, salt, and baking soda in a separate bowl. I always use whole wheat flour because the vitamins and minerals have not been bleached out. When I stir these dry ingredients up, I mix them into the first bowl. Then add the oats, raisins, and walnuts. Lastly, I stir the mixture one last time, and then I take a little bite just to make sure it tastes right. The next thing I do is grease the cookie sheets and set the batter down to bake. I may get a bit messy, but I sure did come up with some interesting things. Now all I have to do is put the cookies in the oven and wait. Check them after 10 or 15 minutes, and when they turn slightly crispy, pull them out. Gee, this looks more like a pizza than a cookie. But it sure does smell good. Tastes good, too. My latest hobby is learning how to ride a unicycle, but I seem to end up more on the ground than I do on the unicycle. Oh, well.
Real people, I'd like to introduce you to some real people. Real people.
Walina, did you get all the dishes from the table, dear?
My first morning in Aunt Geneva's in Tennessee. My name is Eddie. How am I going to tell everybody about my new pet, Bo and Nigel?
Did you get enough breakfast, honey?
Enough? Why, I'm full up to here, thank you. And I've never had pork chops, fried chicken, ham and eggs for breakfast.
Well, that's what you call a real Southern breakfast, honey.
Eddie, what's in the box? Oh, Aunt Geneva, I have something to tell you.
Yes, Eddie?
Well, I brought something with me.
Is it alive? I bet it's an animal.
It's not a mouse, is it?
No, it's something that eats mice.
What is it?
It's a snake.
A snake? Let me see. Wow, a snake. It's big, too.
Well, you see, I just had to bring him along. My mother couldn't handle him, and I just got him the day before I left. Please, can I keep him here?
Well, that's better than a mouse. Eddie, since you're a guest of ours, I guess we'll have to keep him, too.
Thank you. You're not afraid of snakes?
Oh, no. I'm not afraid of snakes, but I think they should stay outdoors where they belong.
Is he going to stay in that box all the time?
Well, no, he can't stay in the box. So, Walina, why don't you and Eddie run downstairs and try to find that old aquarium you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Might not have a top, but you can find a top for it.
Hey, Walina.
Okay. Come on, Eddie. Come out and meet some of our cousins.
Walina.
What's happening? Everything but the right thing. I would like for you to meet our unshy cousin, Eddie. Eddie, this is Chanel and Yolanda. Come and have a seat.
Hey, Walina! Hey, is this a new cousin?
No, I'm your old cousin.
What's going on?
Eddie, this is Patricia, our Pat, and this is Carolyn, our KK.
Hey, I'm Janice, and this is Star.
Hello.
Hi. What, all girl cousins? Aren't there any boy cousins?
Sure. This is Dundee.
Hi, Dundee. Hello.
And this is Garland.
Hi, Garland.
Hey, Eddie, what is it like in New York?
I don't know. I don't live there.
He lives in New Jersey, so it's a different state.
Hey, Walina.
Look who's coming, some of my friends. Jeffrey, Laquita, Susan, and Sherry. We all go to school together.
That's right.
Eddie, why don't you go in and get Nigel?
Okay, good idea. Who's Nigel?
Nigel, who's that? Not even close. No. Just wait and see.
Hey, guys, come on. Come on!
let them see.
This is Nigel.
What a nice and friendly reptile you can be. Nigel, Nigel, be alert. And convince our southern cousins they won't be hurt.
Jeffrey here has a pet, too. Show him, Jeffrey.
What is it?
A little white mouse. His name is Squeaky.
Hey there, Squeaky.
I'll let him take a little walk.
I don't think you better let Squeaky loose like that.
Why, you afraid of a little white mouse?
No, of course not.
Oh, Nigel might eat Squeaky?
No. Nigel won't bother Squeaky. Squeaky might bother Nigel.
That little mouse bother that big snake?
Yeah.
You're fooling.
No, it's possible.
Somebody, please take the top off.
Hey, everybody, look for Squeaky. He's missing.
Come on, I'll help you.
Squeaky, Squeaky, come out wherever you are.
What is it, Kate? See any sign of it?
Nah. See him?
Can't go ahead and pass it yet.
No. Who left the top off? Nigel's okay.
Okay, he probably has eaten Squeaky. We cannot find him.
Look, if he ate Squeaky, there would be a big bulge in the middle of him.
I guess that's true.
And anyway, if Squeaky bit him while he was sleeping, he might have killed him. And besides, he's not hungry, and he only eats spotted mice.
Look, we found him!
Hooray! Squeaky's a tightrope walker.
Good thing he didn't get away.
He's gonna be in the pet show.
Why don't you let Nigel be in it?
As long as they don't meet.
Yes. Oh, that's something that needs to be taken care of right away. Sure. Would you take it down to the Xerox machine and run off about 8 copies for me? Yes, and address your envelope to Roger Young.
Yes, Mama G?
Excuse me a minute, please. Walina, would you try and find my briefcase for me, dear?
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Attention, Rachel Touchstone.
What does Annie Geneva work as?
Yes.
She's a supervisor for City Hall. Give this to her.
This is important.
I'll get your coat.
Uh-huh. I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thank you, Eddie.
You're welcome.
Eddie, are you enjoying your family?
Yeah. It's fun meeting all those cousins. You know, back in New Jersey, I only have one aunt and one cousin.
Well, here, you know, half of the town is related to you.
Mama G, the mayor's car's outside.
Oh, thank you, Walina. It's time for me to be rushing on, kids. Let's go.
You all be sweet. Okay.
Where are we gonna eat?
Oh, ask Walina. Anywhere on the block. It's all family. Bye. All right, whose house are we gonna eat at tonight?
I see that good.
No, I see that Pat's house.
Let's get you then.
Come on, Pat.
Eddie's adventure in Tennessee continues next time.
This is exciting. We've had a request. It says, show us how to make fried bread best. So come on and make preparations to feast on the bread of the Indian nations.
Okay, today we're going to make Indian fry bread. Now, Indian people make fry bread differently in different parts of the country. Even though I'm Sioux, I make fry bread my own special way.
I read about the Sioux at school. They live in the northwestern plains, right?
Right. And did you know that Sioux people were nomadic?
No, I don't know what it is. Well, a nomad is a person who travels from place to place.
Okay, let's take 4 cups of flour. Okay, now we're going to put in, for every cup of flour, we're going to put in a teaspoonful of baking powder. Now we're going to put a little salt, and I usually put little pinches I'll put 4 little pinches. I don't like to use too much salt. The salt combines with the baking powder and makes it rise. Okay, now we're going to use water and mix it. I don't usually measure the water. I go by how the dough starts to form. Okay, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. I want to push all this stuff out of the way because we're going to start rolling it out.
Well, there, Busy, I thought I'd say I learned a few things about bread today, like when the Mohawks speak in their tongue, they have 4 words for bread instead of 1. There's a word for all the breads you can make, a word for cornbread, and one for breads that they bake. Fry bread, of course, there's a word for that, too. That's 4 words if a Mohawk's talking to you.
Okay. If it's light, it will float right away.
Like
Yeah,
it just
it's
did.
ready.
Right.
Okay, you cut little slits in here so that it'll fry faster. Meanwhile, I'm going to come around here and start getting ready. Now, Greg, you hand me the pieces of fry bread.
Okay.
And Monica, you come around here now and hold that bowl so I can start putting the little pieces of fry bread in. This is the first tester, and it's almost ready.
It's hot.
I know it's hot.
What is the hole for?
So that it'll fry faster.
Cool, it's puffing.
Excuse me again, but did you know Indians made bread from things that grow out of corn, wheat, sunflower, or beans? Are you paying attention? Do you know what that means? It's a real good case for using what's around, for making something special from what can be found.
Look at this one, it's like a life preserver. 2 more pieces. 1, 2.
And if you have room for a third.
And I have room for a third. These are ready to go.
Why does it puff up like that?
Oh, because the heat from the oil combines with the baking powder and the salt and causes the air to grow inside, and that's why it puffs up. Okay, these are ready to go. 1, 2, 3. Finale, end of fry bread now. Okay. Let's see. Nice and warm, chewy. Here's a piece for you.
Thank you.
Piece for you. Piece for you.
Thank you.
And a piece for me.
Mmm.
Like it, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's good. Good.
Great. I must say so myself.
Well, we cooked the food and it came out fine. You can try it yourself when you got the time. Because working in the kitchen is a lot of fun. And when you're finished, you can eat what you've done.
What would you do if you? How would you feel if you? What would you do and how would you feel? Oh, woo. Everything is beautiful.
Hi, Sophie. What you doing? Waiting for my bike to get fixed. How come you're not coming to play baseball anymore? What's the matter? You don't like it?
It's not that. I'm just tired of the boys giving me a hard time, telling me they don't want any girls on the team.
Well, don't let that bother you. They're just jealous because you can hit better than they can.
I know, Cal.
How would you feel if someone told you that you couldn't do something just because you're a girl?
I'd be mad. I'd also think it was kind of silly.
Well, I'd just go find another friend.
I'd feel that it wasn't fair, so I'd get some other girls that wanted to do the same thing and have a protest.
Doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl as long as you can do it.
How would you feel?